Welcome Pokemon players to another episode of Discount Pokemon Decks. Today's deck is a Wailord Whimsicott Mill Deck. Now, before I even go into the deck, I know what you're going to say. This is supposed to be discount decks. These are supposed to be cheap decks. What's going on here? Now, I just want to point out something. We do have 4 Wailord EXs. Okay, normally in a discount deck, you don't have an EX card. But I'm going to show you something here. If you go to the forums, this is one of the trading companies. I just chose the Phantom Knight Trading Company. And you will see a Wailord regular art is 2 packs. So 2 packs of cards will get you a Wailord. If you're thinking, well, I want to do a discount deck, think about it. That's 8 packs total. And if you're thinking that's a lot, you know, you can have a... You can try to build, let's say, let's look. Just one Giratina alone is going to cost you 6. You want to have a Sceptile Ariados? Well, you're going to probably want 2 or 3 of these. That's going to cost you 10 or 15. If we look at some of the other ones, let's see, Darkrai deck, Darktina, well, that's 6 for each. If you're thinking of building a Mega Scissor deck, well, just 1 pair is going to cost you 10. So for less than what would cost you to get a Scissor and Mega Scissor EX, you can get 4 Wailords. Okay? So if you're thinking about your first EX deck, or you may be just thinking about starting a deck and you've got a couple of packs to trade, this is a good one. You should not trade more than 2 packs to get a Wailord, and you could probably get away with getting 2 for 3, depending how familiar you are with the trading forums. But putting that aside, this is a pretty inexpensive deck. There's nothing else that's expensive in this deck. Okay, so you'll spend 8 packs to get the Wailords if you don't have any, and then once you do, you have enough to make this deck. All right. So the focal point of our deck is going to be 3 cards, okay? Card number 1, obviously Wailord. We have 4 of them in our deck. And the most important thing about Wailord is it's got 250 hit points. This is a mill deck, and what a mill deck does is it makes your opponent run out of cards. So my job, or your job running a mill deck, is not to necessarily attack, but to let them keep attacking and take it, and let them expend all their cards and energy, and in the end you'll win, because they'll run out of cards. So a Wailord has 250 hit points, okay? So that is our first focal point. Second focal point is Rough Seas. Rough Seas will heal the Wailord 30 damage per turn. So let's say if we can't generate enough, your opponent can't generate enough to do 250 in one turn, he's going to need 280. Because we're doing 30 healing per turn. Now, the third part of our focal point, Float Stones. So in the current meta right now, so this is November of 2016, there's not a lot of ways to get rid of tools. So tools are kind of really strong in this meta, and in the game. So we have Float Stones, Wailords, and Rough Seas. So the idea is get 2 to 4 Wailords out with float stones on them, and rotate them around. So your opponent's going to do damage to 1. Let's say we have 2 on our bench. We're going to retreat them with the float stone, heal them for 30. Next turn, we'll retreat the next one, heal them for 30, and then we'll bring them up again. So that's going to be about, your opponent's going to have to do about 160 damage per turn. Okay? So it's possible if you have 3 or 4 of these, your opponent's not going to be able to collect any of your prize cards, and that's the whole idea. We have some supporting themes. Now, obviously, we're not just going to sit there and take it, okay? So we have the healing, but also we have this guy, Max Potion. So this heals all damage from one of your Pokemon if you do discard all energy attached to the Pokemon. Well, we're not attacking with Wailord. If you see, there's no water energy in this deck. We're just going to move them around, shuffle them around. Think about it like a boxer that's hard to hit, right? We're just going to keep moving around. I know, you're thinking Wailord, a boxer, it's a big whale, it's slow. It's not. This is a kind of quick deck. He's kind of ducking and juking. So we're going to heal with our Rough Seas, and we're going to heal with our Max Potion. Okay, so we've got 4 of those in this deck. We have another way to heal Wailord, and that's this guy right here, Whimsicott. Okay? Whimsicott, for 1 fairy energy, you'll move all damage counters from one of your bench Pokemon to your opponent's active Pokemon. Okay, so if your Wailord takes 240 damage and he's got a Float Stone, retreat him back, bring your Whimsicott up, use the Windy Mischief attack, and your Wailord will be healed. So Whimsicott will probably get knocked out the next turn, but that's okay. You'll bring up your Wailord, and he's healed 100%. It's going to be very frustrating for your opponent to play against you with this deck. Okay, and Whimsicott kind of fits in with our healing theme. Okay, another theme we have in this deck is energy denial. So you'll see here we've got 4 Crushing Hammers, 4 Team Flare Grunts, and 1 Enhanced Hammer. Okay, so between these, we're going to be able to get rid of a lot of their energy. So we're not just going to sit there and let them build up, build up, build up. You know, while we're ducking and juking, part of our ducking and juking is energy denial. We're going to not allow our opponents to get energy. Okay? Another theme of this deck will be stalling. So we have our Wailord up. All right, they're powering up their main Pokemon. Well, now we're going to use Lysander to bring another one of their Pokemon up. We're going to use Escape Rope. An Escape Rope kind of gives us a little synergy, right? Between not allowing their Pokemon to attack and bringing our Wailord to the bench in case we don't have our Float Stone or anything like that. The final aspect of this deck is Team Rocket's handiwork. Okay, so this card, it's a supporter. You flip 2 coins, and for each head, you discard 2 cards from the top of your opponent's deck. Okay, so you have the potential to discard between 0 and 4 cards. Now, there's a kind of nuance to using this card in this deck. You can use it at any time, but the absolute best time is at the end, when your opponent has very, very few cards left. He doesn't suspect it. Maybe he's holding a N in their hand and they're expecting to shuffle their cards back. They've got 2 cards left. That is the perfect time for Team Rocket's handiwork. Okay, because then it's your turn. You play, if he's got 2 cards left, you play Team Rocket's handiwork. You have a 75% chance of winning because you're flipping 2 coins, right? So 3 out of 4 times you're going to discard at least 2 cards. And he's not going to be able to play an N or do anything on his turn that allow him to get cards when it's his turn to draw. I don't know if you've ever played a mill deck, but a mill deck works in such a way so that if it's your turn and you cannot draw, you lose. Okay? So, Team Rocket's handiwork is good anytime. You could play it early and then V-Seeker it later. Okay? So the rest, we just have basic supporters here, and Shauna, Skyla will allow us to get anything in there. We're playing, all we really care about is the Wailords, so we're playing our dive balls. And we do have some synergies here. Obviously, Puzzle of Time is a good synergy because it allows us to use item cards or even supporters or anything to pull it out of the deck over and over again. Okay? So, we're not going to put any, a synergy, I would say, not Energy and Wailord with Max Potion, and using Puzzle of Time as well with that. So this is a pretty straightforward deck, but again, you have to play it a little bit differently. Your job is to get your opponent to waste his resources, okay? The weakness of this deck, obviously, would be not only Grass type. You don't want to face a Ariados Sceptile deck with this. You could survive a Yan Mega break because they'll only do 240 damage per turn, so it is possible to survive something like that. Vespiqueen, maybe less so, but again, you do have the energy denial for that. But the main purpose of this deck is you want to get them to waste resources. What you don't want is them to put 1 attacker out and just power up that 1 attacker with energy. You want them to play as they normally would play. Get 2 or 3 attackers out. You want to be able to use your Lysander. You want to be able to, switch things up. You want to be able to frustrate them with energy denial. And you're going to get some wins with this deck, but you're also going to get a lot of angry, frustrated faces. People do not like playing mill decks. They don't like energy denial. They don't like playing mill decks. You don't see a lot of that in the game. But I have to tell you, this deck is pretty effective. I would play this in a tournament. I would play this anywhere because it's pretty good, and you get good results with it. So don't let it fool you that you're not attacking. Don't let it fool you that you're doing something different than anybody else. This is a good deck. So I do have a few other versions of this deck, and we'll put out a video later on those. But for now, we're going to get to the games right after this short break. Alright, welcome back. Here we go. Wailord Whimsy. Oh, well, I wonder what deck this could be. There's a Mewtwo on the cover, and it's Psychic and colorless. So, do you think we're going to see Mega Mewtwo and Gardevoir? Yes, I would like to go first. I mean, that's the fun thing about playing a deck like Wailord. I'm sorry, but I get bored. I have a Mewtwo deck, a Mega Mewtwo deck. I have a few different versions, and it just gets boring. It gets boring to play it, and then it gets boring to play against it too. So that's kind of why I like playing decks like these. So here you go. This is I would say Mega Mewtwo is tier 1, maybe tier 2. This is a tough deck to beat. With a lot of different decks because of the damage exchange. Not only can Mega Mewtwo hit for lots of damage, but then they could heal themselves by exchanging the damage while knocking your guy out. I mean, it seems a little unfair. And this is fine. We don't mind drawing, getting over and over and over again, and drawing lots of cards. That is okay with us because we want our opponent to draw more cards, okay? One of the things when you play a mill deck online, you want to look at this number right there. So right now, there are 47 cards in their deck. Okay? There's 47 cards in her deck, and we want that number to go down. Now let's see if this person understands the mill deck, if they're going to draw more cards and put a lot of guys out, because that's what you exactly don't want to do if you're playing a mill deck. As for our deck, we have an okay setup. It's not great. The enhanced hammer is nice if they bring out a double colorless, which you'll see in Mega Mewtwo. Yep, they're drawing cards. Let's see some more guys here. Alright. We definitely want our dive ball. We want our Wailords out. Now here's the other thing about this deck that's very important. You need to win the Stadium War. It is a war. Make no doubt. You know, I could play an escape route right now, but they're probably going to float stone this sooner or later, so I mean, I could save myself a little damage. I don't think I will. Let's try to save that for later. Okay, so we're going to play Floatstone now. I should play the Skyla now. I'm going to do that because I want an N or something that'll give me more cards. So let me see if I can get an N. Here we go. I'm fine with that. What we want is for them to play their stadium so that we can play ours. So to win the Stadium War, yes, we have 4 of these in there, but if you play yours first and they have 4 and you have 4, you're going to lose in the end, and we need ours in the end. So you want to see a few go into discard, and you want to wait till they play theirs first. And if this is a Mega Mew deck, a Mega Mewtwo deck, then you're likely to see a Shrine of Memories in there. Oh, and Sycamore is nice. That's what we want to see with the Mill deck. So this is going to go down to what, 36? No, they're not playing the Sycamore. So I think she might be an experienced player here. I don't want to play this Rough Seas if I don't have to. And I really don't have to yet. I mean, you can be a little bit patient. Maybe I will use my Lysander now. I mean, I could use Escape Rope as well. I want my opponent to play more cards. So I'm going to save the Escape Rope for when I really need to heal. Let's play Lysander now. And you kind of want to play N when they've run out of cards too, so that is another thing, right? Because if they have 2 cards and they're drawing 6, that means they're taking 4 extra cards. So our opponent looks like an experienced Pokemon player. They're playing this very well. There's the Floatstone, okay. So back's going to come Mew. Alright, 2 energy. There's Sycamore. That's exactly what we want to see. Alright, what goes down? See, they didn't play the Shaman. Don't need Pokemon Ranger. Oh, there comes Hoopa. So there you go. Now there's a Lysander target there. Alright, now game is on. Alright. I should play the escape rope. They're going to put the Gardevoir there, which is okay. And I may have to start losing the Stadium War and hope they don't have 4. So that is what I'm going to do. Again, I want to be patient here. I don't want anybody knocked out, though. So yeah, we'll play escape rope. And we'll start healing up this guy. We don't want anybody getting knocked out. The other thing you have to remember is they can Lysander your guys too. Should be pretty obvious they're going to bring Gardevoir up, because they can't imagine I would attack here. And I think I'm good playing N here. Even though they're not drawing any extra cards, it's fine. I want to get more cards in my hand. I want to start sniping off this energy, getting... there we go. Float stones. We got more stadiums. It's okay. I mean, most players don't put 4 stadiums in their deck. Alright, that's Tails is bound to happen. That's fine. So we're good with stadiums. See, we don't have to draw a lot of cards. We're not going to put a Shaman in this deck. I do have a version with Octillery, but I like this one better. I do need one more Wailord. That is critical here. Alright, good. Ultra Ball, discarding more cards, so they're down to 33. When I play my other mill deck, or one of my other mill decks, the Houndoom deck, I can make them discard 2 cards a turn. It's Houndoom Bunnelby. And so that way I can divide this by 3. Psychic Infinity, 70. So this kind of works good for me, right? Because, oh, this is great. Here we go. We've almost got our whole focal point down. Let's just do this. Let's get this guy here. There we go. Actually, this is our focal point for the most part. So heal. Here we go. And now we're going to rotate. Now you're going to see kind of how hard it is for them to get you. And there's no energy here. So this Psychic Infinity attack usually does more damage if there's more energy on my guy. But my guys don't have any energy. I almost want to play this Puzzle of Time, but I'm not feeling desperate yet. I'd love to get an N now, make them draw more cards. The good thing about N with this deck, though, is they will knock out some of your guys, but you'll always be drawing 6 and they won't. Not that you always want to be drawing that much. You kind of want to let your hand fill up, because you're not really, if you think about it, you're not really putting cards down, right? I would love a Lysander right now. That would be great. I would love an N. V-Seeker, there you go, more energy. We haven't even gotten to our energy denial part of the deck. There you go. All right, so it's 100. That's okay. We can take it. We're going to save the rope, because there's no point playing the rope now, because they're just going to go to Gardevoir and heal. And we're okay. They're not drawing anything either that's they particularly need. Now they get a double colorless on there. I'll be a little bit worried. And hope I get something to draw with. Alright, what do we got here? 100. Yeah, we could take 100, because look, he's healed already. Cottony's here. Alright. Still not panicking. I'm okay. I really want to use this Puzzle of Time, but I'm being very patient here. I'm hoping it doesn't cost me the game. They are down to 29 cards. Now I'm a little worried. Now I'm going to use this Puzzle of Time if something good doesn't come up. I would love an N and get me some energy removal and start knocking these off. Another thing that would help me. Ooh, Lysander. Cottony? No. Oh. Still not knocked out. All right. Now. Oh, thank you. That is perfect. Now what I really want, what I would love, is to get 1 energy and Whimsicott. Let's go for it. So they're going to draw 4 more, which brings them down to 25. Yes! Oh, yes! Here we go. Except it's not going to knock this out, but we can knock out someone else. Oh, it's so close. There's no point in doing it, though. I almost just want... Oh, I can't use a Lysander. Let's see. Trainer's Mail. Let's get something in here. That's good. Yeah, I'll go for that. If I can knock out an energy, that would be nice. Max heal would be nice as well. They're probably going to Lysander again. They might knock this guy out. So I might as well heal him using Whimsicott to heal, which is fine with me. So let's retreat. Whimsicott. Put that energy on, and we're going to... Let's put this guy down. It's not going to knock him out, but... It is fun. This deck is fun to play, and it's fine if he gets knocked out. There's going to be damage exchange. That's fine. Although I do need a rough seas here. That's okay. But basically, I do that to heal my guy. It's fine. It's fine. I almost... Let's see what Trainer's Mail gives us. That's what we want. And I'm not going to play it yet. I want to Lysander this guy. He's got a lot of cards in his hand. He's probably got... You would think he'd put... You'd think he'd put a Floatstone on this guy anyway. So maybe we'll do Mewtwo. Let's do Mewtwo. And I'm not gonna play this yet, because they have a big hand. Let's see them, you know, Sycamore some of this away maybe to draw something that they need. Or we can play an N and give them a smaller hand. There you go. That's it. Discard. Will they discard a Stadium? That would make me feel a lot better. Nope. Gardevoir and Lysander. See, Lysander's important for this deck. Against this deck, I mean, because, you know, I'm going to put him on the bench. Double colorless coming up. No, N. Okay. I can draw 6. He's got 20 cards. I'm going to have 25. Ah, max heal. Perfect. I do have another Floatstone. I don't need it. Wow, another Wailord would really be great. Another N. That's fine. Down to 19 cards. So I'm not doing that great in getting rid of their cards, but I do have the ability to get... We'll retreat. We'll put him up. I'm gonna bring this out now. Where is my energy denial? Now here's the bad thing about a Wailord deck. You don't know what your 6 prize cards are. It can be anything there, and I'm not even gonna play the energy because he could knock him out. I'm not gonna play this. There's nothing to play. I mean, I could play Lysander. Oh, he's got a Floatstone on him. What I really need is Team Flare Grunt. So, we're good. We're just going to sit and wait here. Oh, another one. And an N, alright. Deep breath. But that's only going to do 4 times 3, 120, 130 damage, which we can survive. Even better, look, I'm going to heal him unless he gets another energy on him. Let's see, this is, we kind of need this here. Nope. We have not had luck with that. Let's do this. I'm not going to heal him that way. We played our... Alright, let's think for a second. Trainers, I really need some energy denial. Ah. Ask and ye shall receive. That's what I want. Let's get rid of that. Thank you. Let's retreat. Put a fresh Wailord up. They're down to 15 cards. I do have this guy. Let's hold on to him. I kind of want to put that energy in case they end me. I only have like 3 or 4, so let's just do that. It's fine. So we are, by the score I'm looking at, we're winning by 7 cards, right? 7, 8 cards, something like that. So that is the only score I'm keeping track of. Obviously, this is important too, right? If they start knocking me out, Lysander, yeah. But do they have enough to knock him out? Or are they going after... I guess they learned their lesson from last time. But that's fine. That's fine. And that's kind of why I have Shauna's in this deck too. Because that way I can draw cards myself without making them draw, right? I don't want to play an end now because they'll actually lose 2 cards. So this is fine. I'm okay with this. There's nothing to do here. End our turn. 13 cards left. Alright, we're starting to see energy come in. I almost want to play this turn. Oh, I got a max heal. That's great. There's no point in using that until later on. So, until we start not being able to keep up. And I'm fine waiting on the Shauna until I play like a max energy, then Shauna, which will, oops, excuse me, I just knocked my microphone, which will buy me an extra turn. Alright, here we go. This is the one bad thing about these decks, mill decks, is they take a long time. So, they're fun to play. Oh, there we go, discarding more cards, it's great. And you see what's going in here. That was a Sycamore, Trubbish. They don't need that stuff, right? Did she really need a Gardevoir against me? No. Did she really need the Hoopa? I don't think so. Oh, there you go. There's the antithesis to my deck. So 3 come back, so that's going to give her 15. Wow. Is that... Did they not have any energy? Did I not? Oh, I've only gotten rid of double colorless. That is good. That was a plus. That was a plus. Alright. I can use this to shuffle 2 cards back in my hand. I don't know what I need. I'm definitely winning the stadium battle. I don't need this. I mean, if I'm going to do that, I might as well play the Shauna. But maintenance kind of helps out, right? If you think about it from a deck perspective, putting 2 cards back. So let's do that. We'll put the stadium back. One, shuffling back in, draw another card. Lysander, that's fine. And, you know, they put more energy on him, we can Lysander him. It's not a great card at this point. There's nothing to play, nothing to do. If I'm worried about them getting too much energy, her getting too much energy on this, I can always Lysander this guy for now. Attack away, attack, 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 that's fine. I'm gonna heal. Now I can play Team Rocket's Handiwork, or even better. See, that was good that I got my Team Flare Grunt, because that's what we're gonna play now. And usually I don't get rid of the double colorless unless I have to, because I have the enhanced hammer, but... Oh, there we go! Resign! So there you go. Win for Wailord. A win for Wailord. So you can see how this deck kind of works. You just have to be patient. We went up against a very good deck, Mega Mewtwo, I think a Tier 1, Tier 2 deck, and took it down. So we'll play another game right after this short break. Alright, welcome back. We're looking for our next opponent, and it looks like we got one. Jacob Firestar. So, I'm guessing this is going to be a Mega Gardevoir deck. And we lost the coin flip. Not that it's a huge deal. Honestly, if there's any deck I'm going to lose a coin flip with, this is a good one. Alright, we've got one whale. That's not bad. We have a Trainer's Mail, which we're going to use if we get the chance, if they don't play an N. See if I'm right, if this is a Mega Gardevoir deck we're going to face. It's maybe a Garbodor. Oh, Talonflame. Still could be anything. And I was right. Looks like Mega Gardevoir. Alright. So this should be interesting. Talonflame's an interesting card, and I kind of have a love-hate relationship with building decks with it, because when you get it, it's a great card. It's a great setup. It's like Deoxys, where you can draw 2 cards. But you can pick any 2 cards from your deck. It's really great, and it does 40 damage. The problem is, if you only have Talonflames, if you're using the Gale Wings ability, you can only really get 1. Right? You only have 1 chance to get 1, and it has to be in your hand that first turn. And if you have 4 Gardevoir and 4 Talonflame, you know, it's half your games are going to be played one way, where you're using Talonflame, and half your games are going to be played without it. So We want our dive ball. Alright, so we're going to have 2 Wailords, which is good. But we're going to need the float stones. So I don't see any reason to keep my hand now unless I'm going to use Team Flare Grunt. And I think I want to... well, I've got 4 of these in there, and I can always V-Seeker some back. I kind of want to save it for when they have energy on these guys, but... let's do that. It'll take 1 extra turn for them to get an energy on. We can't use our N because that was a supporter. I know, you caught that. I try to play in afterwards. It's harder to play and talk at the same time, so if I make mistakes, excuse me. That's fine. We knew that would happen, but we have this here. We have the Team Flare Grunt here, so if we need it later on and we have a V-Seeker in our hand, we can use it. Ultra Ball. Love seeing those. Anything that discards with this deck. Sycamore. Look at these. All these cards here. 2 Sycamores. So they're down to 36. Again, that's our magic number there. I'm guessing we're going to see Mega Gardevoir soon. What do we have in there? Oh, there's one in here. Mega Turbo. So we might have just helped them with Mega Turbos in their deck. Put an energy back on there and attack quicker. So maybe it wasn't the best idea to use that Team Flare Grunt now. There we go. So just in case you're unfamiliar, discard as many of your... it does 110 damage. Mega Gardevoir, discard as many of your bench Pokemon as you like. This does 10 damage for each bench Pokemon. So very likely they've got a lot of Pokemon. That's good. We like seeing that. And they probably have ways to get them back in their deck. They're down to 27 cards. They've played 3 Sycamore, which is usually very good for us. Alright, they're trying to get energy, power up one of their guys. They can't power up the Mega now. So they've got to power up this guy. This is good. There's going to be a lot of guys on their bench, and maybe we can use that to our advantage. We need a Lysander in our hand. Great. More discarding. 26 cards. 25 now. Oh, Xerneas. So far, nothing here really scares me, because even that 110, I mean, even if they have a Skyfield, they're really only going to do about, what's that, 170 damage or so? I guess that's a lot, but I do need to get our deck start going. So playing that instead of the end, definitely a mistake. We're not even close to being set up. We're still at a vulnerable spot here. The Talonflame can retreat for free, so this is good for us. Talonflame, they're going to put 2 cards in their hands, and we're just going to play end. So it really doesn't matter what they play, unless I get something else, a different supporter. Oh. No, I think we just need to set up first, because I'm scared. I mean, he's 210. We should be okay. They're probably going to put a float stone on him anyway. You kind of want something without... see, like the Xerneas, but they'll use that to just power everything up. I'm going to play N. I want to get my focal point going here. All right, good. 1 float stone. We have a Skyla. We've got a V-Seeker. This is okay. We still need our stadium. Now, there could be 2 or 3 in here, so... there's no point in playing an escape rope when they have this, and they can always put a single energy on him to retreat him, so... this is not a great hand for us. I'm a little bit worried. I'm wondering if I should play N or Sean on the next turn. A V-Seeker my N, because I kind of want that V-Seeker later on. Max Elixir, so he's probably going to get 2 energy on him. Again, if it works, it's another card out of their deck. They'll be down to 19. I'm guessing they're going to put it on Gardevoir here. No, they're spreading it around. See, this is a mistake against this kind of deck, because you're spreading your energy a little bit thin. And yeah, maybe they have a Xerneas break, and they're going to use the combined energy of everybody to do a big attack. I'm thinking next turn, if they don't have any big attack, maybe get another float stone out there. Or another ball. No, so he's going to start powering up his guys with energy. So this is Geomancy. Choose 2 Pokemon, search your deck for fairy energy and attach it to them. So there you go. So those are the 2 they're going to use to attack. We will put our Cottony down. We will put an energy on. He's still there, and I could use the NA. So let's get our next card out. Let's get our. There's nothing else really to play here. A dive ball is fine with me. Get our 3rd Wailord out. So we are just 2 float stones away. I just want to look. How many float stones are in our deck? 2 more. We've got 4 Rough Seas, so we're in good shape. 4 Rough Seas, 39 cards, so there's going to be 1 every 10 cards. So we have a rope right now we can use to swap a guy out, and it might disturb him a little bit too, although not really with that and that. So we're okay for now. I don't see anybody getting knocked out. I'd love to get a stadium out. There's no guarantee we'll get it on the next turn. And here we go. Oh, Brilliant Arrow. I'm sorry, they're using both. So Brilliant Arrow does 30 damage for all the energy on all your Pokemon. So we have to keep this guy away. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're building up enough to one-shot my Wailord. And that's why they're using Xerneas. So we need to get rid of this stadium. We need to start bringing guys out. Trainer's Mail. We need to start taking this seriously. That we need. I'll more than gladly take that. I'm happy playing an N here. I almost want to get rid of his energy because less energy, but maybe wait till Mega Gardevoir comes up. So I'm kind of content playing Shauna right now. I want to keep my V-Seekers. These are perfect. I need that. Well, we'll see, as long as we don't let him get too much energy. I should have waited to play this. I do have 1 ability to get rid of energy. I think Lysander may come in happy. I probably will be winning the Stadium War, so I'm not too concerned with that. Alright, let's hold off for now. We still need the float stones. That's a big thing we're missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9, 270. They're going to one-shot these guys. We are in a little bit of trouble here. Down to 9 cards, though. See, do they have the Gardevoir? They have the Brilliant Arrow on almost all of them. How many stadiums are in here? 2. So that could be in our favor. I think with this Lysander may save us. So he's going to come out. No, they don't have. Let's see. Is there any energy? Because if there's no energy, we're going to play Team Flare Grunt now. Oh, he's putting it on him. All right. So let's think for a second. Let's start getting rid of energy. Let's do it on the guys that can attack. And let's do it on him. Here, let's... He probably has a stadium somewhere, but that's okay. He only had... That was his last energy. So think about it. He had... Yeah, let's get rid of the energy. Let's count. Wait, 2, 4, 6, 9. So it's 270. So we need to get rid of 2 energy. Yes, yes, yes. I'm taking a long time to go. I realize that. And we're done. So they're a little impatient here. They definitely want to attack. They need some kind of escape rope. We're going to use a Lysander. They may knock 1 out. We may not even need our float stones. It'd be nice to have them, but we may not need them, seeing how this game is going. There's no more energy. So if he's got a Super Rod, that's going to... Oh, there's 1 there. I wonder if he Sycamored that. Alright, he's bringing 1 back. N, which we don't really want to see for us, but for him, 3 cards. You know, if we get a Team Rocket Handiwork, we can just knock him right out of the game. Oh, this is good. I'm feeling okay. This is not great. It's a little tense. I don't know if you could feel the tension here. I don't see him retreating this guy. So that could be it. If he's got no way to retreat Xerneas, he's basically sunk. We can bring 2 cards from our deck. We can try... No, I don't even see a reason to. Here, well, I do see a reason now. Let's get energy off these guys. Now we can use 2 Puzzle of Times. And we're going to bring both hammers back. Thank you. He keeps saying it. I don't think he's being sincere. You think he's not being sincere? See, I told you people get angry. It's a mill deck. Why so angry? It's frustrated. They want to attack. I'm just ducking and moving around, and I didn't even have to duck and move around with the Wailords as much. Oh, there we go. So here's his last hope here. He's going to escape rope. I'll put this Wailord up because it's the same, this one or that one. He's going to bring... He doesn't even have enough energy to attack on any of these. So who's he... Oh, on this one he does. Despair Ray. Okay. That's fine. I think we've got another one here in the bag. Boy, a Team Rocket's handiwork would be nice right about now. I think no matter what happens here, I'm gonna Lysander his Xerneas. There's an N. So he's gonna draw 6 cards if he plays it. That's not a particularly good move. In fact, if I can win the game here, right? If he doesn't knock him out, I can play N and win the game. Because he has 5 cards there and only 1 there. He won't have to draw. He won't be able to draw. So I'm not even going to give him a chance to win. Just going to take my N. Just in case, we'll heal this guy up. Play N. He's going to have to draw 6 cards. He'll have nothing left. There's Team Rocket's handiwork. We didn't even need it. See, 6 cards, 0 there. Game is over. End our turn. Victory done. Whew. So that's 2 in a row. So we brought down Mega Gardevoir. We took down Mega Mew. And after this short break, we're going to go for the next one. See what the next game brings us. Alright, here we go. Game number 3. Game number 3. Oops. Ooh, we are playing a deck. We supposedly have the disadvantage. This is Wu Moon Sun. It's choosing who goes first. They're showing colorless, but I don't think that's the deck. They had a lot of colors. It could be anything, really, with what we saw, so we'll have to see. Ooh, not an awful draw, not a great draw. Thank you. See, they get to see my deck, right, because of the mulligan. So, uh-oh, here we go. I do not want to see that. Oh, this is going to be interesting, is it? And now I don't want to play N because I don't want to give him any cards. I don't think. None of this helps. I'll take the hammer. Shuffle that up. Come on, Trainer's Mail. I want to get a dive ball here. Oy. This is just awful. They can attack me next turn, so I need to get someone out there, and I can't play around with Shauna, so I'm going to play N. So 2 Trainer's Mail gone to waste. I'm letting them reshuffle their cards, which I didn't want to do, but I guess I had to. I guess I should have put the Floatstone on Cottony, but honestly, I don't care if Cottony gets knocked out. This is not too bad, though. I'm okay with this. Oh, what's that face? Did they get a bad draw from the N? Town map. Let's see what's here. So we have Raichu Break. We have Combee, Dunsparce. I don't know what kind of deck this is. I have no clue. Intelligence Gathering. If you saw our Raichu Bees deck, Intelligence Gathering is a nice little hidden feature of Vespiqueen. Alright, 2 down. and we're gonna stick with this. Let them deal with that. I wonder why they keep saying that. In the last game, the player kept saying that, obviously out of frustration and maybe anger. This one's saying it here. That Dunsparce, I'm not familiar with what this deck is, so. Alright, that's good. They're using Acrobike, so they're getting cards away. I mean, one of the downfalls of this deck is if you play a Bunny Mill deck, you are going to lose because they're going to mill you out and not attack you. So, you know, you kind of, this is like a, if you think of like a martial arts where you're just, hold on, let's think about this for a second. If you think of martial arts where, you know, the person just supposedly, and I'm not an expert in martial arts, where you use judo to use your opponent's momentum and force to hurt them. I want to play Team Rock. I don't want to play Team Rocket's Handler work yet. Let's wait. This is that deck, so if they don't present you with any force, if they're not trying to kill off your Pokemon, you're not going to get very far. If you're not attacking, there's nothing you can do, so. Oh, alright, so they shuffle that one in. That's okay. I can use this now. Yeah, let's use this now. Let's get Octillery up here. Let's just make it a little hard for them. And I think I do want to play this. Let's hope we get some coin flips here. Alright, that's good. Get rid of some more of their cards. Double colorless would have been nicer, especially since they used their special charge so early. So they're not doing anything. We don't need to do anything. We're ahead, 34-40. Yeah, I guess of all the things to see in there, 2 creatures is not the best thing considering it's a Vespiqueen deck. So they have Skyfield there. I'm not gonna play N. I'm just gonna sit and wait. We can kind of slow them down energy-wise with this. See, I don't know why they're firing up the Pikachu, because I'm Wailord is weakness to green, but I guess they don't have enough cards there. Alright, we'll do that. I mean, if I play N now, they're going to get a new hand. We know we don't have a great hand. They have anything to retreat Octillery. So I'm going to hold off. I think I can withstand an attack or two from Raichu, because the most he can do is 160. I've got a max potion in my hand, so unless he ends me and I get rid of all this anyway. 170, it's still okay. I do have the Whimsy here, so if I do get a Float Stone and retreat, I can knock out his guy. That's good. This is going okay. It's not great. I don't have the Float Stones, I don't have my Stadium, but I'm gonna make them waste resources. I hope. And the Vespiqueen concerns me a little bit, but they're not getting cards there. This could be a long game. Oh, Unknown, there you go. So now they're going to start powering up their Vespiqueen with Unknown, drawing more cards. I guess, I still don't know what the purpose of the Dunsparce in this deck is. Alright, good. This is kind of what you want to see. You want to see them playing cards and cards going in there. So Acrobike, Random Receiver, great. Play more cards, down to 25. Yes, Sycamore, perfect. Granted, it's going to make Vespiqueen stronger, but if they don't one-shot the Wailord, so they'll need 13 cards, 11 creatures in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we should keep an eye on that. Huh? They put a double colorless on Octillery, so they're gonna retreat him. I don't feel the need to get rid of that. I could, but I want them. Well, let's see. If I leave it on him, they can't put it back in the deck. So if no, there's no point. I should wait till they bring one up and use Lysander. I don't want to get rid of that energy. Actually, I almost want to Lysander this guy now. Raichu can retreat for free, and so can Vespiqueen. So it is a waste. So I can save my Lysander for Octillery. So let them retreat Octillery. 15 seconds. I do want to get some float stones and other stuff here, but let's just hope I can survive this for a little bit. 15 cards left. And again, I want to save my V-Seeker, hopefully for Team Rocky's handiwork at the end. Probably another unknown. So they probably have 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 more will be 9. So I don't want to send any more of their creatures there. Oh, alright. Wow, this is some erratic play here. That's I want them to switch. I don't want this to go in there because they can pull that out with Puzzle of Time. Good, Sycamore, alright. It's both good and bad. Because there are creatures going in there. Lots of creatures going. Now they might have the ability to one-shot, so I've got to deny the energy of the Vespiqueen. That is the key. And that's probably why they did that. 240, alright. That is perfect, because you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to heal this guy. And I'm not going to get rid of the energy yet. Let's let them waste energy on him. Down to 6 cards. It's getting close to where I'm going to use my V-Seeker to play Team Rocket's handiwork. So, again, frustrating them. I don't think this is a top-tier deck by any means. Probably someone had an idea. Alright, Floatstone, perfect. Oh, I do have my Stadium. I'm not going to play... they could end me. So let's do play it. Just so I have it. I don't think there's anything left to play here. There you go, another double colorless. Intelligence Gathering. That is an odd choice. Well, we're going to heal him from that, so that was a waste. We're going to bring a Pokeball. We'll use that. Yeah, another Wailord. I guess the other thing I could do now that I have the Floatstone is put an energy on that and use it to wipe that guy out. So instead I'm going to... Let's get rid of an energy per turn. Let's make this difficult for my opponent. I'm going to be done. 3 cards left. One more turn I can use this. So if I can just keep holding out... Oh! No, it's going to take a little longer. There you go, special charge. I can use this to pull Octillery if I think they're one-shotting me, which they might be able to at this point. No, Intelligence Gathering again. That makes no sense. This is making no sense. Oh, because they only have 1 energy. And now I'm going to use Lysander again. So here you go. We used... some of our themes here. We used energy removal. We used stalling technique with Lysander. We used stalling technique with well, with the energy removal. We used healing. There you go. There's nothing they can do. I can play this. I could play this now. There you go, game over. Look at that. 1 in 4 chance of winning, and I did it. They could not draw a card, and that game is over. That is 3-0 for the Wailord. 3-0. Alright, so I just want to take a minute to conclude here. You know, you might think, again, if you're building a budget deck, you know, why do I want to spend 8 cards, 8 packs on cards that, you know, you really may not use in another deck? And I think if you watch the games, you understand why. This is a pretty powerful deck. It's powerful in a weird way in that it just wins a lot. It does, you know, it's not going to knock out guys or whatever, but I think it throws a lot of people off balance. And I'm just going to put this out there because a lot of times, and I think everybody would do this, when you make videos, you can pick and choose which games you want to show. Those 3 games you just saw are the 3 games I played in a row after doing the creating the first part of the video. So there was no editing there. This is not selective editing. I didn't go and pick and choose. Those were 3 legit games. And all right, so the last deck maybe not as strong as the first 2, but Mega Mew, definitely a strong deck. Mega Gardevoir, definitely a strong deck. And Wailord can hang with them. So if you're looking for a deck that can maybe go pretty far in a tournament, win a tournament, so you can get more packs online, you can do a lot worse than this. You know, if you think about it from the perspective of how much you spend to make a deck versus how much you'll get out of it, it's hard to beat this. I mean, you know, you'll spend lots and lots of packs to make one of those top tier decks, and with this one, you're kind of right there with them. I have had good success with this deck. I don't know the exact numbers off the top of my head, but you can kind of see. I think the problems you come across with are maybe the more experienced players, the guys that just put out like 1 card and fill it up with energy and try to attack you, and that's maybe the weakness to that. Obviously, if you run across another mill deck, that's going to be with the bundle beat. That's pretty much an auto loss. You're not going to win that game. You're not going to get enough Team Rocket handiworks, but this deck works. There's good synergy between it. It's easy to make. It's very inexpensive. You know, most of this stuff is, again, commons and uncommons. So dollar for dollar, pack for pack. You know, pack to reward ratio. This is very high. You know, it works. It works well, and I hope you guys try it. And if you do try it and have some success, come back into the comments section and let me know, because hopefully maybe we can change and get a lot more people playing a lot more fun decks instead of the same few decks. This is Discount Pokemon Decks, and until the next episode.